You guys got to understand, I'm not Barack Obama or Donald Trump or Joe Biden, right? So a faithful person doesn't have to explain himself to unfaithful people to justify what he did and what he's doing. Okay. So, when I come on YouTube, it's to help you guys stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me. It's not to sit there and say, oh, I did this, but it's because of this, right? Because we've already done that, right? We've already established that fact. We already know when people, the good Lord did this for me. It's like David Rockefeller gave you a job with the people that spy on your house and watch your daughter masturbate to discover herself during puberty. And you go to church with a bunch of white people that act like P. Diddy. Okay. You sure the good Lord did it? Because the good Lord is your relative who gets on YouTube and tries to get everybody to live the Lord's Prayer. So we get the perverts out of your house so you don't ask them for money through your cell phone or your TV. I just, yeah, because you get these people that, they were watching me and they're part of the Temple Set Illuminati or Scientology or whatever. Well, he's a really bad guy. He's a pervert. It's like, okay, Spencer J. Kimball, David Rockefeller, and Pope John Paul had cameras in my house. Okay, we've explained this like 1,600 times. When I was a kid, that means they were watching Martin and Pancha have sex. They were watching Val and Gorney have sex. They were watching Val and Michael Peoples have sex. They were watching Mom and Dad have sex. Okay. They were watching Earl masturbate in the bedroom. What a pervert this kid is. Trying to get through puberty. I'm just Ennis Cosby here doing my laundry, right? I'm just doing what all kids do when puberty hits. Mind of its own, Billy Crystal, right? And then how many of you went through puberty with Spencer J. Kimball, Pope John Paul, David Rockefeller, and Ronald Reagan in your bedroom, okay? And they're supposed to keep us all safe with bombs and money, and they're watching your sisters discover themselves sexually and have sex with their boyfriends and then have the Mormon church give dad a job. And we're supposed to be like, wow, these people are the gracious good shepherds. They're just like David and Jesus and Moses. They're going to keep us all safe from the devil and Satan, right? The good Lord got me this job and gave me a 401k, right? And so when you try to explain it to people, when I went to Sierra Vista, Jesus, at first, Earl, are you ready for this? And I'm like, no, Jesus, I'm not quite ready. Give me some time to take this all in, right? This is really gross and disgusting. Then I have to explain it to my family, and they're going to call me the pervert, right? Instead of Gordon B. Hinckley and Richard, the Montgomery guy, and Charles Stanley, and Michael Youssef. Instead of those people being perverts, I'm the pervert because I, no. I explained that to my wife, Amy. I'm like sitting there going, no, nothing happened with the 11-year-old because Stephen Hawking's a pervert. And two, they're not, when you have sex with a woman, it's to have babies and continue to live with that woman. Okay. If you have sex with a 12-year-old, okay, there's a possibility she could die in childbirth. So you're not going to want to have sex with that woman. Okay. You're going to want to wait till she's 18 or 19 or 20 and can have and is in a healthy environment and can have a healthy baby and can survive the childbirth, You're not going to want to. The reason why Mary Montalvo had a hard time delivering babies is because she had a good body for it. Her dad sexually had sex with her when she was a teenager. Okay. So she had psychological issues about having babies and it was it was mental and emotional. Okay. It wasn't because she wasn't equipped to have babies. She didn't feel worthy of having babies because she had sex with her own father had sexually abused her. Okay. The way the heart and the mind and the body, they give you 3, it's a magic number. So it was very difficult. So she had to find somebody that was radically different from her dad. And every time she had sex, Brian was a lot like her dad. Okay. Tito was kind of like her old man. I don't know. Maybe her old man was good more of a, I can't tell you. She didn't talk about her old man except for that he sexually molested her and she couldn't stand him, but she adored her mother. Okay. You get all these people like, well, mom was stuck in an archaic situation like women in old colonial Spain or Sally Hemings with Thomas Jefferson, right? Okay. So you guys got to understand how all this stuff works. This is tradition. This has been going on for thousands of years. Men sexually try to control women, and women manipulate men with sex and make them think they're in control. They've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, guys. Okay. So, and when you pay, they'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money and watch you and your Jesus die, Parsons. You guys do know that Jesus in the United States of America is, and all those people on TV, when they win the NCAA championship or the NBA championship, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. David Rockefeller is not Jesus Christ and NASA is not God, so stop being such a stupid fucking asshole. But they are. Okay. So they're just a bunch of mean, selfish, greedy kids. It's like when you watch basketball, right? And you think, well, the guards are all selfish and a bunch of assholes because they control the tempo of the game. Well, if big guys could dribble the ball without little guys stealing it every time to get it up court. Do you understand? They're all competing in exercise over money to fuck the hot blonde at the end of the bar so John Nash can't fuck her. Okay? Do you understand? That's all they are. Okay? That gentleman yesterday at the store when I went to go get my carrots, And you explain to him right off the bat, I'm the spirit of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. And then he sits there and looks at me and goes, you know why Moses couldn't go into Jericho? Why did Moses couldn't go in? Because he disobeyed God. It's like God's omnipotent and omnipotent. He disobeyed the Lord, but Moses is the Lord. No, Moses was pissed. Okay. Moses didn't go into Jericho because Moses was pissed off at all the people that were afraid of dying. Okay. They wanted death by 1,000 cuts in the desert because they were afraid to do anything. They were afraid to bleed, like Malcolm X said. Okay. And then he tried to get them to, guys, if you're going to have to do this, these bullies over there in Jericho, you can do something about it. There's people that will let us in and we can go stop these people and you can do it without killing everybody. It's just Barack Obama's not me and Joshua's not Moses, right? And I explained that to him. He's like, well, yeah, that's all it is. All right. Barack Obama doesn't have the Mac that I have. The women don't sit there and pray that their kids grow up to be like Barack Obama. Women pray that their kids grow up to be like me. Women don't pray that their kids go up to be like Gordon B. Hinckley or Donald Trump. Women pray that they're, the mythological creature that won't spy on you and use money to turn his wife into a prostitute and will stand up for the Lord's Prayer so we can all live it and children won't turn into pimps and whores and we all won't be at Pete Diddy's freakouts. Women pray for their kids to grow up to be like me. But people hide in a library tower in Dallas and blow my head off. Okay, do you understand? As good as I'm coming to you today from my garden in Addis Ababa to show you that even in the 20th century, David can still defeat Goliath. Okay, and in the 21st century, you guys all think that Goliath is David. And Goliath comes in the form of a pervert rocket scientist who sits there and goes, I'm a rocket scientist and you're a liar. Get out of my sister's bedroom. Get out of Melissa's bedroom, okay? And stop watching people have sex and make them feel like they're the devil because they asked the devil for a job to pay their bills while the rocket scientists watch them have sex and then say, what a bunch of perverts they are. Really? Are you sure about that, NASA? Ground control to Major Tom, which underwear do you wear? Okay. Do more advertising and become a hot advertiser on Mark and Kelly Live, stuff. And oh God, these people are horrible. Boy, Mark and Kelly sure look sexy. It's like that's because they sell products for an extortion gig. This ain't living. No, this ain't living. Money, we make it before we see it. You take it. Do you understand? The only reason you guys all think Mark Consuelo looks like he'd be fun to fuck is because he's a fuck tool that sells products to be a fuck tool. And same with her. That's all they're doing. Okay. You don't think if I took $2 million a month from the Temple of Set Illuminati that I would be a very attractive fuck tool like Mark Consuelos on Mark and Kelly Live? Are you sure about that? I was the best athlete in the history of the United States. I got the best immune system in probably in the world. Okay. And I'm psychologically, mentally, and emotionally more capable of protecting children from perverts with TV cameras and money than any other person in the world. You really think that Mark is sexier than I am and you'd rather have sex with him than have my children? Are you sure about that? Okay. I can laugh all I want. If I laugh, hey, Burt Reynolds had a laugh kind of like this. Shut up. He was one of the sexiest men alive, according to a magazine, right? Yeah, I'm good, man. And I look a lot like my mother, okay? My mother was a good person, okay? My dad, she wasn't, mom could admit when she was wrong and radically change herself, okay? When she would prove to you that you were wrong about something, you would yell at her and tell her she doesn't have faith in God. And she's going to ruin our kids' lives and ruin their marriage because she didn't have faith in God. Because people would walk up to my mom and say, this is bullshit. It's not real. Like I did at almost 4 years old with Gordon B. with Spencer J. Kimball. No, pagan ritual sacrifice of Jesus is wrong. That's like those creepy Rod Serling movies. No, Earl, we need him to pay for our gross and disgusting sins. No, you need to live the Lord's Prayer and get David Rockefeller and his cronies out of your bedroom. Is what you need to do. You need to stand up for the Lord and stand up for the Lord's Prayer with him. You don't have to do it on YouTube. You just have to just do it. Do it. Want to hear do it, Daddy? Right, Kate. Want to hear do it, Daddy? Daddy, do it. Daddy did it. Daddy gone and done did that thing down all right. All you physical scientists at the Pentagon. Okay, guys, I love you, all right? Peace.